Hey amigos, Carlos Costa for Beardbrand, and I'm back at Cut and Grind with Brice today. We're going for a more classic hairstyle, and yeah, let's go.
So today, what we want to do is to create like a natural side part. Keep it quite short. Good morning. Keep it quite short, back and side, without looking too much on the skin, and to go back more like a natural hairline, and get rid of the volume here. Perfect. And always keep it natural.
So that side part and the natural will still give me the option of do my like sort of messy palm hairstyle,
Exactly.
like sort of like I have today, right?
Yeah. So today, to make sure, basically for the hairstyle you want, is to get rid of the thickness here. Also push down the rest. So to make it more easy, we have to get rid of all the volume here, but keep it natural. So the idea is to keep the length, but get rid of the thickness. Okay?
Sweet.
Perfect. Let's go.
Ready.
So today, where we start kind of like the longer length, and we go down step by step. So we start with number 3 today, 2, 1, and 0 to the bottom. Don't make it too short, but just create a nice contrast, and especially make a natural hairline. Okay? So we don't go too high with the machine. The idea is to make it easy to fade with scissors. So that's why we keep kind of a long-ish length for the connection. You make everything easier to keep it long to fade. So make sure you always go down with the machine from like a 3 to 1/2 to create like a natural connection on it. So what I do, you see, from a 3 to 1.5, and step by step I'm going to go down. And whenever you say the length is right, we don't go shorter, okay? I guess you've been used to cutting really short, make a line and start to fade it. I do a different process.
Everyone does it different, but they all have the same result.
So you see, from this part here, we have a light,
scar.
yeah, a light scar. So what we want to do, we want to make sure we soften up the edges to make sure this fade into the skin. So from that, we have to keep like a natural fade here, and to go against and to make it quite short without looking too shaved. Okay? I'm also, for your hairstyle you want to get, I'm cutting shorter on the edges, where basically all the volume coming back after a few weeks, you know, you always have this annoying point, which is here, here, and here. So all these parts can be softer to make sure your haircut, when you go back in a more natural way. If you do the thickness here, after a week or two, it usually pops out a little bit.
Yeah.
So just make sure you keep it quite soft and natural, okay?
You keep like flicking the grades.
Exactly.
What?
So basically on my machine here, I can change millimeters by millimeters. So it can start from 0.5 to 0. So at the moment I'm on number 1, and I can create kind of like a 1.5 with this, and you keep flicking. It's basically to make sure the fade look really soft. And it's just a matter of see how the shade look like, and after it's just your own perception of it. Just push it, change the shade, change the manner of like the way you push it, and to create again like a natural style. Always keep on mind, the flick is your friend. Otherwise you make hard lines, and it's much harder and take much longer time basically to fade your hair. When you flick properly, the fade is almost done by itself. If you want to do it with scissors, it's going to make your life easier, basically.
Okay. Something different.
Exactly. Different background.
Sky, we're not allowed music on.
You are allowed. we're thinking in
Small machine.
putting some examples on how to style or how to use the product with no sound.
On the edges to soften up the line. Again, the flicking movement.
But you're gonna show me some
Make sure
examples anyway.
it doesn't look sharp at all.
Ask
but
Tom
still
to
look
send me
short
some
without
links,
making
or
the skin
ask him
showing
for
up.
some links and send them to me.
Even if they're not hair related.
Even if they're not hair related, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm also looking for ideas to. I think I'm gonna start doing some personal ones on our generally in my channel.
So what I'm using today is going to be with the razor overcomb. So that's going to soften up the hairline here and make it quite natural, okay? And get rid of the volume. So when you use the razor like this overcomb, you have to follow the natural movement of the hair. Being quite gentle, and after, just push it a little bit more. Just make sure you never touch the skin with this. And you see, we haven't even made the fade between the machine and the hair, and just pushing with the razor is going to help for you when you're going to work with the scissors.
You want one of them? Black one. Black one. Here you go.
When you use the razor, never go on the roots, just on the third part longer, just on the edges to make the hairline softer. So now we're gonna take care of the fade here to go back to a square shape. So just make sure you keep this length to give you the freedom to do whatever you want with the end. But never cut too short on white hair, because when you dry out, you look completely different. So when you go on wet hair, always be quite gentle. It's much more for texturizing, fade, but don't cut too much of the length, especially when you don't want to touch the length like today. Okay? Getting back into the shape of this one. So the reason I'm using the thinning scissors is to create like a natural shape. You could use the straight scissors, it'll be a similar effect. Just if you use the thinning scissors, never go into the roots. Always basically just chop at the end. If you go into the roots, you're going to create some spiky hair. So just at the end, soften up the length, and after at the end, you come back with the straight scissors to make everything perfect. So always make sure you keep following the shape of the skull. We don't want to go here, because the point is to keep this length to create the side part. So when you come with the scissors, you come here and you keep going straight up. So now what I'm going to do, I'm using the same technique again with a smaller comb. Make again the end softer. Just make sure you're quite consistent on your movement. Always fast and soft. Short length. You always start from the bottom. And again, quite soft. Quick movement. And you keep doing until you have no length to cut anymore.
Is he one who's Carl? Yeah, because he popped up, didn't he? And
the reason I use a wide comb, again, is because you see all the details.
Episode 1 the other day as well. And I thought, it's wrong. Growing up now.
There you are, setting everything. Give a square shape and make your hairline quite natural. Same here. Make sure we keep the square shape. And you see, we're in natural hairline. There is no hard line at all. And we're going to come back here on dry hair, because always do a finish on dry hair. Always make sure you keep the length here to be able to style it, because if you cut this part too short, it will start to stick up. This part here, what tends to stick up quite a lot, I'm gonna wait to cut it on dry hair, because it will be completely different feeling on it. Texturizing again, just create some soft and so once it's dry, again quite soft, you go with the thinning scissors just on the edges. When you got woolly straight hair like yours, it makes the haircut look much more natural. And we're gonna finish with the straight scissors to get rid of all the small hairs. Again, especially when you cut on dry hair, the mirror is your friend. You can see exactly how the volume is sitting. Put your hands on the back and you can see the volume here. There is no any disconnection, there is no anything popping out, and this sits flat. It doesn't stick up. Wool is soft with the scissors to make sure you don't create any line. Again, the motion of the scissors is the most important. And never stop halfway through. Always cut up to the top. So here you are. You're going to be able to do both of this style. The volume is great. We still have some light volume here we're going to do.
I think that's because grey hair as well.
The grey hair is a different texture. Basically the grey hair attempt always to stick up a little bit more. So to get rid of all the small like popping of hair, you have to cut on dry hair. Otherwise on wet hair, they kind of like sit on the scalp, and when they dry, you just pop it. That's why you use the scissors to make sure it doesn't really change the shape of your haircut, but you just touch what you need. When I'm just finishing everything, just make sure everything is perfectly clean. Again, the flick is important to make sure it's quite natural, you don't create any sharp lines. And to be even more fussy, you go with a really small comb, go straight to the scalp. You can use the thinning scissors and just smooth out the shades. Just make sure, again, you're quite soft and gentle on that, to make sure you don't break the square shape we have on the mirror. So here, it creates kind of like a natural popping up part. So to make sure it doesn't look like an undercut or something a little bit too rough or tough on your hairline, just come here and texturize the end. Basically the hair grow. There's no specific technique for that, it's just your own judgment and the way you feel the hair. So a last way to get rid of the small shades. Again, you have to be quite gentle on that. They soften up the shade because the skull here, it's a little bit deeper on the scalp, so it just creates a natural shade. So go with the thinning scissors and really gently touch to create like a more natural light. Perfect, mate. What do you think? Is it short enough for you?
Yeah.
Have a feeling on the top.
The length is good.
Quite simple. When you style your hair, keep your fingers open, make it look quite natural. Put product all the way, and after just a touch with your fingers, texturize the style, create the hairline.
Can you get these up?
Of course.
Because these.
So you could do something, see, quite smart, natural, easy going for the morning. How do you feel, mate?
Yeah, I like it.
Now that you've made it to the end of the video, go ahead and treat yourself to some fine Beardbrand products over on our shop. If you're not already a subscriber, be sure to do that. And finally, keep on watching some more of our awesome videos.